Hello everybody, the Keith Carnes here, and today I'm having to make a very sad and unfortunate video here today. I haven't had to do one of these in a little while here on the channel, but knowing that that this can happen at any time to not only to pro wrestlers in this case, but also celebrities that we love and care about, even though we don't know them, and knowing that this can happen to anybody in the world, not just celebrities but also family, shows you that life is truly a precious thing and that it should never be taken for granted, and that all the bullshit in life should not be about the bullshit in life should not take center stage. You should put that stuff aside. You should get over it and move on. But unfortunately, some people are not able to. And you know, Chyna, who passed away yesterday or last night, something along those lines, it's just so sad, you know, because she came into the WWF at the time, now at the WWE, and she was just such a groundbreaker for women and professional wrestling, and it was just amazing. She was the first ever woman to win the Intercontinental Championship. She wrestled some men. She was, I think, the first woman to be in the Royal Rumble match. She's had her WrestleMania moment as well. And, you know, just hearing that she has passed away at only 45 is truly heartbreaking, because Chyna was just such a fun person. I mean, I've seen videos of her, you know, long after her wrestling days were over, and you know, watched her recently, well, not recently, but a number of years ago on a reality TV show where she was just a very hilarious and fun person to be around. I mean, she lit up a room, and I know a lot of people use these things as kind of a cliche now, you know, where everywhere she went, she lit up a room. But, you know, for somebody like me who didn't know Chyna personally, never met Chyna in person, I can honestly say that she was definitely a fun person to be around. You could just tell she had that energy on screen, not only in pro wrestling, but also, you know, in her ventures outside of professional wrestling. And, you know, it's just too bad that in her later years, Chyna was never really able to deal with what happened to her in the WWE on a more professional level. But who could really blame Chyna, you know? I mean, you know, Triple H, who she was with at the time, cheated on her with Stephanie McMahon, and the only reason Chyna found out about it was because she found a love letter from Stephanie to Triple H. So I mean, that's a pretty big blow to your face, you know, and your ego and your trust. I mean, I'm sure she probably had trust issues after this. And, you know, Triple H and Stephanie have never mentioned her since her departure from the company, I think in 2001, and she left, and, you know, WWE never really talked about her again. You know, people like me who were longtime fans, you know, remembered her and would always go back and watch her older matches on VHSs and DVDs that we owned. But you know, the WWE was always hush-hush about her, especially in her later ventures in the adult entertainment world with her adult films that she decided to make. But, you know, in my opinion, I think her ventures outside of wrestling, whether they being in the adult entertainment business or other kind of forms of entertainment, should have been kept separately. I don't think WWE should have held that against her. You know, they put Sunny into the Hall of Fame, and she is, I think she's a lot more worse. She has a lot worse reputation than Chyna. At least Chyna was doing it professionally, whereas Sunny goes on Skype and shows her breasts to random strangers. I don't really think that's a very productive thing, but I don't want to get too off track here. This is a tribute to Chyna, and I don't want to look at all the negative that surrounded her life at the end of her life. I'm just really bummed out. Chyna was always, I always loved Chyna. She was always cool. She was always entertaining. She was always funny. She was always fun to watch, and you know, just for her to pass away before she was able to be put into the WWE Hall of Fame, before WWE would ever mention her, ever do a movie about her, you know, her greatest matches, her greatest moments, and just a biography about her. Just that all that's probably going to come now that she's passed away is really just too unfortunate. And we've seen this before with other stars that have passed away that WWE would never have any kind of relationship with, but once they died, they were willing to work with their family, such as Macho Man Randy Savage. And, you know, it's just too bad, you know, and it just shows you that life's too short to be pissed off all the time, and you have to let the little shit go, even if it's sort of big, because eventually you're gonna die, and you're not gonna be able to heal that. And unfortunately, now that Chyna's gone, the damage between her done to her from Triple H and Steph can never be repaired, or at least apologized for on a big scale. She can never come back to the WWE like fans like me were still hoping for, even to this day, and it's just too bad. So Chyna, I hope you're at peace wherever you are, and it's just too bad things couldn't have worked out differently. Anyway, guys, this is the Heath Carnes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys in the next.